Somebody emailed me or tweeted me, I'm forgetting which, in the last half hour or so, a piece from Nieman Lab, NIEMANLAB.org, and it's posted by Christine Schmidt. It's an AP story. 100, and it's from, half a year ago. 174 days remain until the midterms. The 2016 election wasn't polling's shiniest moment, with many postmortems pointing to opinion polls misleading election forecasters and underestimating Trump's support. No, they were correctly measuring Democratic support for Hillary Clinton. What they didn't know is that those Democrats' votes wouldn't be counted because they would be giving provisional ballots. It goes on to say it didn't help that some polls were tied to news organizations that don't really have resources to support the work. It was, quack, quack, quack. And so they're trying to figure out how to get better polls. You're never going to get better polls when people think that they voted and come out and tell your pollsters, yeah, I voted. I mean, and it gets reported, well, here's how many people said they voted for Al Gore in Florida in 2000. I don't know why it shows this 70,000 fewer people actually voted for him. Well, it's because they were thrown off the voting rolls. They voted provisional ballots. It's incredible. Dion in Joplin, Missouri. Hey, Dion, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, I heard your discussion on Kristallnacht, and I thought that was fantastic. I think we really need to contextualize everything that's going on right now. But my question and my real problem is, how do we get people who don't believe in facts to understand facts, or more importantly, the people that are apathetic and just don't know, not that they don't care or just that they just don't know, how do we get them to see what's going on in a historical context and really be as concerned as I think people should be?
Well, the rant I opened the show with will be up on YouTube in a few hours as a standalone YouTube clip, and you're welcome to share it with as many friends as you want. The most of what I was reading from was at history.org, their page on Kristallnacht, and you share that with people. The simple fact of the matter is that while there is a good chunk of anti-Semitism in Trump and his white supremacists, and when the last time I talked to David Duke on this program, and I won't have him back anymore as a consequence of how he responded, everything I tried to discuss with him, he turned into, well, how many Jews run Hollywood? These kind of questions, really, really gross anti-Semitic questions, and tried to turn the tables on me. But my point is that there's a big chunk of anti-Semitism in here. But it wasn't just the Jews that Hitler was going after, and just like it's not just the Jews that Trump is going after. He's going after African Americans. Now, there were not people of color in Nazi Germany at the time. Now you've got the Turks in Germany who were brought in after the war to rebuild the country. They were called the guest workers. Gastarbeiters is the German word for that. And now sometimes 2, 3, 4 generations down, many of them still don't have German citizenship, and there's a whole issue around this. And a lot of the rage of the modern day Nazis in Germany, and I'm talking literally the people who are and the hard right political party in Germany that just acquired some seats in parliament, is against the Turks. It's not against the Jews because they got no Jews left. Well, or very few. But what's happening here is it's against Hispanics, and it's against African Americans, and it's against Jews. It's a threefer. And I'm telling you, Dion, African Americans know what's going on. They know what I'm talking about. Hispanics are quickly figuring out what's going on and know what I'm talking about. And the one problem might be that many recent visitors to the United States or residents of the United States or even citizens of the United States who are Hispanic listen to Spanish language media or watch Spanish language television. And I don't know how this is being played out there. But I think that the only thing that we can do is spread the word as far and wide as possible and not allow this both sidesism, this crap that you hear from time to time. Well, there are radicals in the Democratic Party. Really? It's like Newt Gingrich said yesterday. You mean like when Eric Holder said when Republicans are down, you should kick them? Well, Holder was he made it very clear. He was talking metaphorically. He was saying that, when the Democrats, or when the Republicans go low, you kick back, you fight back. That's what he was saying. And you know, Maxine Waters, and Dion, thank you for the call. Maxine Waters' comment that, you know, outing people in public, I think that was wildly exaggerated and taken out of context. And to the extent that it wasn't, she's walked it back or apologized for it. But it doesn't matter. The real reason that these guys are going after Maxine Waters is easy to find, and why it's being supported by the billionaires behind them. And in fact, I printed this whole thing out here today, and don't know where it went, but it's over at the website is the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services, Democrats, and it's under democrats-financialservices.house.gov. And you go to this main page, and there's these. You go to Maxine Waters' page. She's the ranking member. She will run this committee if the Democrats take the House of Representatives. You go to her page, and you look at the articles that she has published in the last year as the number 2 congressperson running the House Committee on Financial Services. Right? You just look at the titles of her articles, and I will read them to you. This is from Democrats-financialservices.house.gov. Dems offer resolution establishing wealth gap as a national problem. Now, how do you think the billionaires like Mercer and Kochs and Adelson like that? At Yellen hearing, Waters seeks answers at the wealth gap. Another article. Another article. Financial services Democrats challenge Republican views on inequality issues. Another article. Waters says GOP budget ignores inequality and the racial wealth gap in America. Another one. Maxine Waters calls for a focus on promoting growth and reducing income inequality in the United States. Another one. Waters discusses growing income inequality. And finally, the last one on the page, leading House Democrats speaks out on globalization, inequality, and reform of international financial institutions. These folks who are funding and financing the Republican Party hate Maxine Waters for these reasons, not because she's black or a Democrat. And so they're perfectly willing to fund this hatred of her that then Donald Trump takes, to his racist, anti-Semitic followers and just puts it on steroids. Heidi in Bellevue, Washington. Hey, Heidi, what's up?
Hi, Tom. Can you hear me?
Just fine, Heidi.
Okay. My father was a Jewish guy from the Bronx. It's a long story, but he was involved in denazification, and I was raised partly in Germany, part Jewish. And then later at a Jewish university, I went on to major in modern European history from World War I through World War II.
You are well informed, Heidi, both personally and professionally. Do you think, if I may interrupt your narrative here real quickly, and then you can get back to it, do you think that I'm engaging in hyperbole here? Am I exaggerating?
No, but I think it's 1934. It's more similar because what's going on is our rights.
Heidi? Heidi just vanished. Oh, man. Heidi, I would love to hear what you have to say. I'm going to put you on hold. I don't know if you accidentally hit your pause button or whatever. And if you're still around at the top of the next hour, we'll pick you up. 44:55. I have 1 minute to the break here. Carol in Monessen, Pennsylvania. Hey, Carol. I know you can be succinct and to the point. What's up?
These are very troubling times. I'm with you. I believe he's going to invoke his vision or version of Kristallnacht. And I'm very concerned that this is going to hit the fan just about the time that the refugees hit the border. And I'm even concerned that we have an election. I just feel like all hell's about to break loose, and it's very frightening. What can we do to prepare ourselves?
I think we need to wake people up. That was the big, the thing in Germany, Italy, and Spain, and Chile, for that matter, although they perhaps had a little more warning because they'd seen that movie played before in South America, was that people were not well informed. They looked at what was going on and they said, well, this is terrible, but we don't know where it's going to lead. We now know where it leads in the most extreme case. And it may stop, many steps short of that. But I agree with you. I think this is probably more 1934 than 1938. But this is what we've got, Carol. And the best thing I think we can do about it is talk about it clearly and without exaggeration and without fear, but point it out. Carol, thank you for the call. We'll be right back.